morning, guys. So this morning we are over in the Irrigator 143 field, and we broke this field open last night. We're in the back 49 acres, or at least that's what we call this in this part of the field. And we've got about 20 acres done out of this 143, and so far we're seeing some extremely good yields. Put it this way, the best corn we've ever picked. Now this is irrigated, like I said, and I know some of you guys are wondering, with the year we've had, why are you guys seeing the yields you're seeing? Well, I can tell you this, our dry land's going to be average at best. It's not going to be nothing stellar like our irrigated ground. Our irrigated ground tends to be really good. And plus, with the program that we ran this year on our irrigated ground, I'm feeling that we're going to be seeing some pretty astonishing yields so far what we've picked of this irrigated ground. So I'm pretty impressed with this. We've also got a pretty action-packed day today. We've got, I know for sure, one demo coming out today, and possibly something from our John Deere dealer, Greenmark, coming out today. He didn't know for sure if he could bring it out today or not now. If not, he'll bring it out tomorrow. We told him it'd probably be better for him to bring it out today because we'd be a lot closer to him today than what we would be tomorrow, because tomorrow the plan is to move back over to Marbs and cut the rest of his, at least most of his beans tomorrow, if not finish up on Saturday, weather permitting. So this morning what we're going to do is we're going to pick a load of corn and keep that dryer going, get everything cleaned out, switch over to beans, and move over to the river farm along the Kankakee River. And there's about 140, 150 acres of beans over there, and we're gonna try and get those all knocked out today. For those curious on what we've got planted out here, we've got 1197 on all of our irrigated ground except one field, which is a 65 acre pivot field, and it has a third of 825 on it and the rest of it being 1197 on it. So the planting date on this field, at least on half of this field, the 49 acres part that we're on now and the part that's west of the middle 60, was planted on May 6th, and then 10 days later we planted that middle section of this field on the 16th of May. And right now we never broke open we didn't break open the middle 60 just because we knew that would be wetter, because that was planted again 10 days later. But what we've picked right now that was planted on May 6th is running 23-24%, and it looks like 26, 27, 28% corn based on how green it is, because we did spray fungicide on this, and we sprayed, I think, we were one of the later ones to spray in the area, but we didn't see any reason to spray early on, and plus we were waiting for pollination to wrap up because it is recommended to spray fungicide after pollination. So we didn't see really any need to spray early, and we ended up spraying, I think, the first week of August, and it really did a good job on it. The fungicide did really good, and we're really happy with the timing on the application. Alright, so I just brought the grain cart up to the filter strip here, and Dad's just now bringing the combine up here. He just got done dumping on the truck. I'm going to walk down, get the semi. We're going to bring the combine up here and get that blowed off and get the corn head off and get everything ready to go on beans, and start working on moving stuff over to the river farm then. Oh my god, to make a dive for the corn? This just goes to show how quick these MXT 115s are to install from Midland Radios. While I'm fueling up the truck here, I went ahead and tossed a 115 in here. Pretty simple to install, just plugged it right into to the cigarette adapter here, and got the antenna plugged in, and it is all set and ready to roll. I'll get this rigged up a little bit nicer, but for now this is how the setup's going to be, and sounds like the fuel just quit. so we got the combine blown off, and I blew off the corn head, and Dad blew off the Draper. That way we can get all the weed seed off of it. That way we don't have to take that over to the river then. And I'm taking the air compressor back to the farm right now. I'm going to back that in the shop and unhook it, and I'm going to follow over with the grain cart in the 85. Grandpa is taking the Draper over to the river, and Dad is already headed over there with the combine. Well, gonna try and get these all knocked out in one day. At least that's the goal. Got 33 A24s right here up until where that changes color over there, and then from then on it's all 31 A22s. Planting date June 3rd. Well, I just got done talking with Andy from Condex. Really awesome guy, and love talking with him. And he dropped off a loss tray for us also to use. Try and measure kind of losses we're actually seeing, whether from the combine and or the head. So that'll be really interesting. We're not going to do that today, obviously, because of the demos going on. But possibly either tomorrow, if not Saturday even, we'll mess with that. But I'm going to go ahead and take the black semi and head over to the field. Dad took the Freightliner over there earlier, and pretty soon here they should be coming in with the demos. Wow! New MacDon up ahead. Wonder where that's going. Well, that's odd. Wonder where he's going, because I'm turning left too. Man, that's a nice looking head. Wow! Well, I guess the cat's out of the bag at this point. This is a demo head, a brand new FD140 MacDon Flex Draper from our MacDon dealer down in Petersburg, Indiana, Glasscock Equipment. We're going to be running that instead of our FD70, our 35-foot MacDon that we've got right now. So this will be really awesome to try out on the 690. We did want to try out a 45, but they just sold the 45 right when we called them about the demo, so we couldn't get a 45, which is no big deal, but this will give us an idea on what a 40-foot's like, and also what a FD1 MacDon's like. So this will be really awesome. Also, big shout out to Glasscock Equipment. I'll have them linked down below. These guys have treated us very well since we started dealing with them back in 2011, and we really look forward to hopefully working with them more in the future. And it looks like our John Deere dealer just showed up with something also. Holy cow, look at that. Well, if we got two heads going on here, don't we need a second combine here? Because we can't run two heads on one combine. That just isn't how it works. We need a second combine. Sharp. Really liking that. Oh, looky there. We got ourselves a second combine. Told you guys, we're gonna be running two combines. Right now our salesman's working on getting stuff set up on that one, on a 2016 S680. Not sure what head that is. I can't remember if it's a 6 or a 7. I never took a look at it yet. But right now I'm working on getting the AB lines sent to him. That way we can run two combines out here. So that'll be pretty cool. Two 40-foot heads. I'm in the 680, Dad's in the 690. This is pretty cool. We're gonna get these beans knocked out in no time. There's 150 acres here, and I don't even know how many I've cut. I just got done riding with the salesman here, and I just moved the combine out of the way for Dad. And Dad's gonna go ride with Matt right now, our salesman from Greenmark. And I'm gonna go get to run Goliath now with the big 40-foot on it, 40-foot MacDon. One thing I will say, I really love that boot. This is a 2016 S680, and I love that boot on here. One thing I will say also, this thing is substantially quieter than our 690. Amazing how quiet it is. Yes, this does have def on it, and I think Matt told me this will use 5 to 10 gallon of def a day, and so this will be a little bit more economical in regards to fuel usage, but this does have a little bit less horsepower than what the 690 does. I'm really liking that advanced power cast on this. This thing is amazing with that advanced power cast compared to the power cast that's on ours. So I'm gonna hop out and switch with Dad. Dad's gonna run with Matt here in the 680, and I'm gonna switch over to the 690. Let's rock and roll. Yes, yes, I know, you're swung out. Yeah, 2016 over there looks pretty sharp. Man, that's cool. Man, that's cool. Off to the races today. So you do double tap it. That is cool. I didn't know that. This is awesome. You guys don't understand how cool this is. So what we got going on today is Glasscock, our MacDon dealer down in Petersburg, Indiana, brought us up a brand new MacDon FD140, which I'm running right now on our combine in the S690. And Greenmark, our local John Deere dealer, brought us out a 2016 S680, which actually was Dennis Borison's personal combine. Literally just about every option that you can get on a S680 2016 combine is on that combine. It's amazing. It's got that advanced PowerCast tailboard. I absolutely love that. That is awesome. And with it, they brought a 2017 John Deere 640 FD Draper. So we're running these side by side just to kind of get a look at them and see what we like better, since we've always run a MacDon and we've got no experience with a John Deere Draper, and we're gonna get some today, so this will be pretty awesome. So the beans here are making about 60 bushel average, so that's really nice. Moisture is about 12-13%, so that's really good. And I'm really happy with the yield considering when they were planted, and that these are group 3-1 beans, and there's a patch of group 3-3 beans out here too, but I think the yield dipped down on those because I was running with Matt in the 680 when we were running those, and they were a little tick under what the 31A22s are making out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this side opened up, that way we can keep on rolling here. Yeah, I'm already used to this 40 foot. I want to go to a 45 already. Getting the beans cut today. right, look who's back in the big old green machine 680. Wow. This thing is really nice. We only got about a few hours of this on demo, and then we got to fuel this thing up, and it's going off to another stop. I believe another neighbor of ours is going to get to run it possibly tomorrow. But honestly, guys, the MacDon FD1 versus Deere 645, really the only thing that this Deere has against it is that it's heavier, but otherwise, I'm really impressed with this John Deere. It's doing an extremely good job, and I really like the fact that I can see the entire belt, and versus the MacDon, I can only see the sickle on, and it's just, I feel, going to be a really close tie on what I feel is better for us. And the only disadvantage I feel for us is that our combine does not have the lateral tilt or the hydraulic lateral tilt feeder house, since this one is a 2016 and it has the lateral tilt feeder house. I guess from when I was talking with Matt though, you do not have to have that, but it is nice to have. But once you get your feeder house set, then you don't have to adjust that ever again. But it would be really nice to be able to do that like what the MacDon does. Really, that's the only con I can find on this, that and the weight. But otherwise, it's doing an extremely good job cutting. It follows the ground extremely well, just like the MacDon does. And I absolutely love this head. This head is really nice, and the problem is I really love the MacDon FD1 also. So we're gonna have to do some thinking on this. I know Matt has a 2018 640 and 645 that he's really wanting us to look at and buy. So we're really gonna have to sit down, and basically it's gonna probably come down to price when it's all said and done, because I'm at a point where I'll take either one at this point because they do such an extremely good job. I'm really loving this 680 though. This is an awesome combine. All the features it's got the active concave isolation, that advanced power cast tailboard. I absolutely love that advanced power cast tailboard. That thing is awesome compared to our regular power cast. The unload auger boot, definitely need to get that. That thing is awesome. All around, I absolutely love this machine. This is a really awesome combine compared to the 690 that we're currently running. So much quieter. So much quieter than our 690 right now. Like I said, this is a 2016. This does run on DEF, and Matt was telling me, because I did quiz him on consumption on DEF, and he did tell me that if you're gonna run it hard, you can burn up to about 10 gallon of DEF a day, and that is a 22 gallon DEF tank, I believe. But he says typically, like how we run, he said probably only gonna run about 4 or 5 gallon of DEF a day, which honestly I was expecting more, so that's kind of surprising to me that you'd only burn that much. So that's good. I'm glad to hear that. The advantage though on the John Deere, it's going to be all compatible with all the switches and everything. It's all going to be built onto John Deere's armrest here, so that is going to be a big plus having this head if we decide to get this John Deere head. Not this one specifically, but a John Deere Draper, either a 40 or 45. But though the MacDon does have the lateral tilt off the adapter, but then again you lose your belt visibility, which in my opinion, after running this, I kind of like the belt visibility. It's kind of nice being able to see how the beans are actually feeding, versus on the MacDon you can only really see the sickle and a little bit of the belt. But I'm overall really impressed with this setup. Dad's also really impressed with the John Deere, and I'm thinking he's thinking the same thing as what I am, is that it's pretty much a tie at this point. It's just going to boil down to really price. and whether or not we can keep the 680. This 680, like I said, this thing is awesome. Every single feature that you can get on a combine, or at least for a model year 2016 combine, is on this machine. This is amazing. Leather seats, leather steering wheel, every option. It's even got machine sync on here. It's got combine advisor on here, and this is just an awesome combine. This is like the combine I would want to have someday on the farm. This is why I need a 45. It's just not wide enough. Yeah, this Deere Draper is really nice. I'm really liking this. Super cool. Okay. After I dump, I'll go back to the farm and get fuel for this one then. Okay. Yeah, I had a few spots down there that it was pushing a little bit. Okay, where's the green truck at? Right now I'm headed up to the green truck in the 680, and I'm gonna run back to the farm because Dad just fueled up, and run another 100-gallon in that tank and come back here. And I'm gonna fill this fuel tank up to about 3/4 of a tank because that's what was in it when Matt brought it to us. So I'll go ahead and do that. I don't think Dad's gonna be able to cut much more because it's starting to get real tough here real quick. So I guess this is my last time running this S680 for now, and I absolutely love it. I absolutely love this John Deere head, but I absolutely love that MacDon FD140. But I think we get to keep that FD1 for another day or so, so we'll be able to run that one for a few more days, I believe. So that'll be actually pretty awesome. So huge shout out to Greenmark Equipment. I really appreciate this, Matt. This is really awesome being able to run this and try this out. And all I can say is, if you're watching this, Matt, you might want to be cooking up a pretty good deal on this, because I'm really liking this John Deere head. But I really do like the MacDon though. So what I'm pretty sure it's going to boil down to is price. So anyways, guys, I don't know if I'm going to end this video now or if I'm going to end this video later, but just in case, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned if this video still continues, depending on how long we can cut tonight.